The pursuit of happiness, is it something to be sought after? Or could happiness simply be the result of a life well lived? If so, how should we define a life well lived? Like business coach Ed DaCosta, I believe a well-lived life is that sense of contentment, joy, and fulfillment we have about our lives, our families, our achievements, and our place in the world. Martin Seligman, one of the leading researchers in positive psychology and author of Authentic Happiness, describes happiness as having three parts: pleasure, engagement, and meaning. Pleasure is defined as that feel-good part of happiness. Although fleeting, happiness could be a beautiful moment experienced in taking a stroll along the ocean, or coddling your newborn, or it could be as simple as the breeze blowing through your hair on a cool afternoon. Pleasure represents moments of happiness, but it does not represent the entirety of happiness. Happiness is also defined as engagement. It is that part of happiness where living a good life of work, family, friends, and even our hobbies becomes important. One study in the USA found that people who volunteer find more happiness and fulfillment in life. One of my most important life experiences came as I was helping Jean, a woman who attended our weekly feeding program. Our local city had issued a notice that she was to clean up her property or they would haul off her possessions. What was so tragic is that although she owned a beautiful home, she lived on the front porch. You could not even find a pathway through her home. Though she was a gentle soul with a love for nature and a concern for suffering people, she had a serious mental struggle. Our local outreach group organized a team to clear her property, which was not easy since to her everything seemed valuable. I remember sitting on the street curb, dirty from head to foot, picking up seeds that had just spilled from her pouch. And at that moment, a carload of young people careened by and they shouted, "Look at the street people!" I realized they were talking about me. But as my eyes caught Jean's, I saw joy because someone cared enough to help her pick up her little seeds. I have carried that experience with me to over 60 nations. Why? A well-lived life is a life engaged with serving others. If you are sad or depressed, remember there is always someone else who is sadder and more depressed than you. So go out and get busy interacting with others. And like Jesus said, you will discover there is no greater love than to lay down your life for another. True human value is not found in serving yourself, but in serving others. The Dalai Lama said, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. I recently read an article in the Huffington Post entitled, "Redefining Happiness in India." In the article, the young doctor stated, as Indian Americans, we have grown up hearing stories from our parents about how they left India in search of a better life. They came to the West to create new opportunities for themselves and generations to come. The younger generations have found more opportunities, more amenities, and more comfort. But somewhere in always striving for more, we have also become more discontent. We have started asking the questions, what brings real happiness? And what is the definition of a good life? She concluded this is happiness, to stop constantly thinking of ourselves and to find joy in service. To look within for problem solving instead of finding short-term joy in outside things. To share our joy by sharing with others. Eleanor Roosevelt, the First Lady of the United States and a great champion of women's rights and social issues, said, happiness is not a goal, it is a byproduct. I would conclude that happiness is a result of a life well lived, not in the pursuit of happiness, but in the release of happiness to others. Today, you be the source of good news to someone else.